Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. There are a few rumours going around regarding what ships will be releasing for Invictus this year, so let us take a closer look. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members. Thank you all so much for the support. It is truly appreciated. So there is a lot of chatter about potential ships and vehicles that will be releasing during Invictus Launch Week this year, some of which I hear are leaks, so before we begin, if you don't want any spoilers, then click away immediately. Now, Invictus Launch Week, if you are unaware, will be happening this year from May 15th until the 27th. And in law, this is a time which marks the beginning of the new recruitment year for the UEE, and this is also a time for vehicle manufacturers to show off their new military-styled vehicles. So with that in mind, it is safe to say that we won't see certain ships or vehicles release due to the nature of their purpose, meaning this is a time for combat and military-specific vehicles, not industrial or anything else. So I don't think we'll be seeing anything like the Ironclad, the Pioneer, the Apollo, and so on. That said, we may see the physical exterior for something like the Perseus if it's ready to be shown off on display, but definitely not its interior, and I personally don't think we will see its exterior either, as last we heard it was only just out of white box. So still a lot of work to be done. Now, it does sound like there will be an Idris to tour, much like we saw with the Javelin at previous Invictus events, but the Idris will not be releasing as Cloud Imperium has stated that the Idris will release to the persistent universe at the same time that Squadron 42 releases. But there are plenty of other ships that are in the works, all of which I am sure you are all pretty aware of. Now let us kick off with the Starlancer TAC. Now this is a variant of the Starlancer series, which include the already released Starlancer Max Hauler and the yet-to-be-released Starlancer BLD or Build, designed for use in base building when that comes along. The TAC is a medium-sized patrol ship designed for deep space with a very formidable armament, jump seats for up to 8 people, medical beds, and a dedicated hangar for a snub ship like the Marais Fury. Now, as it stands today, it is outfitted with 2 Tier 3 med beds, 96 SEU of cargo space, and mentioned 8 jump seats for quick ground deployment. These are always subject to change, but this I find is a pretty exciting ship, especially for those with combat and protection in mind, but it should also cater to those interested in, say, hauling while in dangerous areas of space. Now, it has a lot to offer and looks to be releasing at Invictus this year, which I think many are very excited for. Next, we have a rumoured vehicle that people have been telling me about called the Greycat MTC, or Mobile Tactical Centre. Now, this one I am very intrigued by. Firstly, of course, I have no idea exactly what it is, but it is designed for the front lines of a combat zone. And if I were to guess, which bear in mind, we are all in the speculation phase right now for the next couple of vehicles, but I personally suspect that this vehicle will be utilising a lot of the upcoming updates to radars, scanners, and the signature system, and may allow players to drive up into, say, an area of operation, using stealth, and then monitor and recon the area, providing a detailed layout of the battlefield and all the potential dangers and targets, relaying that information via the radar to, say, a ship like the Polaris with this huge command and control radar. Now, I think with the updates coming to all of these radars and scanners, which have been in the works for a long while now, this frontline, I hope, reconnaissance vehicle will be very useful. I also refer to it as a ground vehicle, as that is what I expect it to be. Maybe a ship, but I personally think it'll be a ground vehicle, which really ties nicely into the whole stealth gameplay, as they do have much smaller signatures. And in regards to the new signature system, it should be able to actually stealth its way properly and remain hidden while it gathers the intel. Again, just speculation based on what I know is in the works in terms of gameplay systems, plus what Chris has mentioned in the past. He has said he wants this kind of frontline intel vehicle for maybe even laser designating targets so that other vehicles can fire missiles. That is something that Chris has mentioned he would like one day. So I feel like it could be something to do with that, but until we hear officially, take it all with a pinch of salt. Now next up, we have another rumoured vehicle being called the Anvil Asgard. Now, this appears to be some form of heavy vehicle carrier, as it was referred to as a heavy-duty transporter used to deploy the Navy's heavy hitters. Now, it is safe to say that this is a militarized heavy vehicle transporter ship, but what I am unsure of is its size. Is it big? Is it huge? Is it quite small? When it says used to transport the UEE's heavy hitters, which ships are these referring to? Could it be the Retaliator, the Gladiator, the Tonk, or bigger? Can it transport a Perseus or Polaris? We know of the Liberator, also a heavy transport ship from Anvil, so could this be a ground vehicle? I personally don't think so. I think it is going to be a pretty sizable transporter ship. But one thing is for sure, we are so in need of a ship that can transport multiple vehicles at one time in the persistent universe, so hopefully this will be a straight-to-flyable ship that will allow us to transport many ground vehicles, many spaceships, at scale throughout the verse. Again, all speculation beyond it being a heavy-duty transporter, so we will have to wait and see what is said officially to see what it's capable of. Now, beyond these three, I am unsure if we will see any more releases. As stated, I don't think we will see the Apollo, the Pioneer, or the Ironclad for this event. Maybe the Perseus exterior, but again, I doubt that. From the most recent monthly report, there was a vehicle at the LOD 0 stage, two that were at the bug fixing stage, which I believe to be the two just mentioned, another vehicle in Greybox, one just entering Greybox, and another one just leaving Greybox, plus one more that has only just entered production. So personally, I think the three vehicles mentioned here, being the Starlance Attack, the Anvil Asgard, and the Greycat MTC, are the three new vehicles set to release at this year's Invictus, and whether any of these are from the silhouettes shown at last year's CitizenCon is yet to be seen, but each of these three I am very interested in learning more about. But that is my thoughts on this. Do let me know what you think we will be seeing at Invictus this year, and which ones you are most excited for. But that is it for this video. My latest wild camping video is now out on my second YouTube channel, which I have linked below, should that be of interest to you, watching me off-gridding in real life, literally. Tomorrow is the last day to pick up the TOBII Eye Tracker 5 at 15% off before it goes back to full price. But don't worry, there will be many more sales throughout the year, so if you didn't manage to pick one up this time, there will be other opportunities. But if you are in the US, however, this will be the last time to pick it up at a discounted price before the main price goes up indefinitely. But with that said, if you do enjoy my videos, please do consider subscribing and helping the channel to grow. Also, come and hang out over at twitch.tv/SuperMacBrother, or here on YouTube. You are more than welcome to come and hang out and watch us play Star Citizen, chat about it. If you've got any questions about the game, that is the best place to ask. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind, does the channel a big favour, and tick that notification bell if you'd like to be notified when my videos go live. Again, a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members. Cannot do this without you guys, so thank you for the support, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.